have good relationship with your pastor. And a good friend of mine, whenever we came to this country, we never miss coming to his place, of course, and to his church. And we are so glad. It's our first time to be here in this church today, but we're so excited. I just want to give a little testimony. I got saved May 25, 1988. And I was won by my own brother. We grew up in a Catholic family. We are 5 brothers. And to God be the glory, after we got saved, we won our members of the family. And I baptized also my father and one of my brother. My eldest brother baptizes my mother and 2 of my brothers. All of us now are in the ministry. Only one brother that never been pastoring, and but he's serving the Lord. So there I met my wife in the Bible college, and after that, 1995, the Lord called us in the northern part of our country. Maybe you were guessing, how old is young boy? And we are talking about 88, 95, you know. Yeah, I just turned 50 this June and been in the ministry for almost 28 years now. And the video that I'm going to present to you, it tells everything about our ministry back home. I hope that you will enjoy watching it, and please watch it prayerfully. I do not know how the Lord will speak to your heart through this presentation. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because His compassion fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. To God be the glory that God had spared our lives from pandemic. Through the pandemic, Satan tried to stop God's ministries and attempted to close churches. But still, the grace and power of God prevailed. We have experienced His plentiful graces, not only physically but more so spiritually until now. I, Victor Carpio, saved by the grace of Christ through faith and serving the Lord as missionary for 28 years in the Southeast Asian nations. I'm very much thankful to God and to you all for your faithful support in prayer and in the aspect of financial. For the last 28 years, God never ceases in blessing our vision and mission to reaching the Asians for Christ through the nationals. While doing the work in foreign mission, He also blessed the local ministries entrusted to us here in the Philippines, such as our church planting ministry. As to date, we have now close to 100 churches established in our region and 2 established churches in our neighboring countries, located in Thailand, Singapore, and Zul in Malaysia. 95% of these churches were started and presently pastored by the graduates of our Bible college established in 2002. Almost 10 of those churches were just established in the last 12 months. And to God be the glory for that. Our Bible college ministry, since 2002, God blessed us with more than 100 male and female graduates. And majority of them are still in the ministry, serving the Lord as missionaries, pastors, and lady church workers. Just recently, in July 25, 2023, our Bible college produced 5 graduates. And during the camp on the same month, there were more than 15 young people went to the altar and surrendered their lives for the full-time ministry, our youth camp ministry. We are blessed by God for giving us a good campsite with a maximum capacity of 700 campers, which is really beneficial for towards fulfillment our vision in mission, in training the nationals for church planting ministries. Here we conduct youth camp, where we recruit young people to be nurtured and trained for the full-time ministry. The campsite is where our Bible college is situated, serving as the training ground for our young people. Our vision in church planting ministry, looking beyond by the year 2033, we are praying to God that we shall be establishing another 100 new independent Baptist churches who will support their own pastor and missionaries not only in their own region but also in the big cities of our country, Philippines, as well in our neighboring nations. Our vision in the Bible College, in the next 5 years, we are praying to have 200 regular Bible College students every year. Because by then, more churches shall be sending their young people in the Bible College. As our Bible College is situated in the campsite, the facilities in the campsite were also used to cater the needs of the Bible College. Dormitories in campsite were temporarily used as classrooms, learning areas, and library. There were no convenient facility for the library and decent offices for the college staff. And this is my burden, our vision for the campsite. The next 2 years, we'll have to fully develop the campsite by completing its facilities. Our priority needs. Please pray for the completion of the multi-function building, because in that building, all classrooms, library, and offices, as well the chapel for the Bible school shall be situated. As we envision these noble things for God's glory, we dream for God's ministries to be well established and organized. We are praying for partners with an open hands and an open heart to support us fulfill this vision. We love our Bible students to be trained well, because we want them to be prepared and be equipped spiritually and mentally, and to have conducive learning environment as Christ's future laborers in His vineyard. I fully believe they are worthy also of good training, because they will be used by our best and great God, who is the Lord of the harvest. And help us praying also that the Lord of the harvest will call and send more laborers in His harvest. Truly, the world is in need of well-trained, committed, and obedient servants and messengers of Christ. Again, thank you for your support, and God bless you all. To God be the glory. ING part, the story of the campsite or Bible college. When God calls me to the mountainous area of northern part of our country, there is no Baptist church over there. 1995, when we obey the call of the Lord, but I have a vision back then, because in that very small place there are 10 towns. And I asked God, Lord, give me 10 years on this place to saturate these 10 towns with independent Bible-believing Baptist churches. And please give me 10 young people who will surrender their lives into full-time ministry. A very little vision. And then later on, I attended a Jubilee camp of Jim Park's church in Cherokee, North Carolina. Then I was so blessed, and I invited them to come to the Philippines just to preach and to have the Jubilee camp thing. So we did. That was year 2001. And to God be the glory, it was a very powerful camp meeting with only 150 young people or members attended to the camp. Right after the meeting, during the invitation time, there was 9 young people came to the altar to study in the Bible college. But my problem then, how should I send this to Bible college, which their parents are not willing to help them? So it was being, my burden. And then I told Jim Park, Jim, the meeting was so powerful, but you are going to leave me a problem, a burden. And how should I send these young people to the Bible college? And then he said to me, what is your plan? And I asked him, I'm willing to teach these young people and establish just a Bible Institute preacher. And then you help me in America to find some partners to feed these students, because whenever our young people committing themselves to enroll in the Bible college, their parents will get mad. And honestly, that is the biggest challenge, conflict we have in our country. So he did. And to God be the glory, what I thought it is just an institute to train this some and few young people. You know what? Every year, preacher, he used to come back to our Philippines, to our country, and have camp. And the ministry grows and grows and grows and grows. You know what? Even the Bible college or students grows. And I asked him, I think we need to turn this Bible Institute into a regular Bible school or Bible college. And I thank the Lord, 2002, when we started that. Again, when we move and start a ministry on that place, we have no Baptists except us. And right now, we almost saturate the northern part of our country with Bible-believing Baptist church, of course, through the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. And the Bible College has a big part of that great ministry. The reason why I asked my wife that we will continue that Bible College. Before, I'm just only looking for 9 preachers, 9 young people to be trained to become missionaries and preachers. But now, the ministry of the Lord not only concentrated to the northern part of our country, and it's spreading out. Brother Randy, Guadalupe, his place from our Bible college that is almost 5 hours drive. And we are spreading out all over the Philippines right now, not only in the Philippines, but as well in Southeast Asian nations. And here is the burden we have. To be honest with you, we've been through a difficult situation in that ministry. 2017, I fully turned over the Bible college and the former church that we started to one of our pastor over there, because here is in my heart and my mind, we love to start more churches in Southeast Asian nations. I am hoping the guy that we installed to the Bible college to take the leadership as well to the church, that he will be a good partner of us for the gospel propagation. While we are busy, I and my wife, doing the church planting in the foreign field, such as Thailand, Singapore, and Malaysia, this man fall into a horrible, horrible sin that caused the ministry to be in big damage. The Bible students were so discouraged. I turned over the Bible students with the number of 50 to 60 young people. But 2019, it went down to 15 because of the heavy, heavy trouble. The devil hits the ministry so badly. I and Jim Park were so depressed back then. Of course, my wife, because blood and sweat, we invest to that ministry. So we have no choice but to move the Bible college from the original place to the campsite. It was very timely, preacher. I knew that God is in this ministry. Before this trouble comes, Jim Park was able to go around and raise a piece of property for the campsite. And God prepares this place. 2019, I moved the Bible college to the campsite. But because of the pandemic comes, and this is the blessing of pandemic for me personally, because what I thought, all of these students will go home because they were so discouraged, preacher. But because of the COVID, we are all locked down to the campsite for 1 year. I like that. Then I teach them. We prayed hard if what is the Lord's direction for that ministry. 2020, I made a big decision to God. I called for a camp, which is unlawful to our authorities because there is COVID restriction back then. You know what? I'm only expecting 250 people, but there were 350 people attended to the camp. It was a very thrilled camp. I feel nervous because when police come, they will put me in jail. But you know what? And I proved the power of faith. Right after the final day of the camp, there were 30 young people came to the altar for Bible college. Then the following year, we have another camp. There were 15 young people came to the altar for Bible college. This year, there are again 15 young people came to the altar for the Bible college. And to God be the glory, we have now more than 50 young people again who are now in the Bible college. And I'm expecting for the next 2 years, Pastor, to 3 years, to have 200, 100 and 200 young people to enroll in our Bible college, because all of these 100 churches around us, they are going to support the Bible college in terms of manpower. They're going to send their young people who will commit themselves for the full-time ministry. What I mean is this: the hands of God once more showed and we felt in our ministry back home. And that causes us to be in this country this time. I and my wife, that's supposed to be, we will not be here because we have a lot of things doing in our home. And we just felt obligated as being the administrator, the director of that camp, of that Bible college. I would like them to train well. I love to complete their facilities, and they deserve it. As you notice to my video presentation, they have no good library. I told to your pastor what is the importance of library, and it's very important for the knowledge of our students. They have no classrooms. We use, Pastor, a classroom under the gymnasium. When there is rain, they feel uncomfortable. Sometimes we cancel the class. And because we just moved the Bible college over there, you knew what camp means. They have no classrooms, it's just dormitory, it's just a big gymnasium, just like that. And it's not really fitted for an educational institution. But this is what we are in need. We need to build that building. The building is only costing for $100,000, but in this country, that would be costing for $1 million. In that building, everything is inclusive. The classrooms, the library, the chapel will be in that building. And we need more help. We need more hands. To be honest with you, we've been here since September, and we will be home on November 23 on your Thanksgiving Day. And this is our last Sunday in this country. So far, we are only in the 68 or 65 to 68% of our raising for these great needs. And to be honest, Pastor and church, last week, I already count everything because I'm doing building for many, many times. I hate to do this, to start the building without exact amount of the money or even reaching the 80% amount of the money. Because the amount that we have, we can only build the post, the structure, but we cannot even have the dry finish of that building. If there would be another $15,000, even I will not reach the $100,000. That would be a go signal for us to start that. Just to have the roof, to have the wall, even not finished quality as this, we Filipino, we can use that. Just to have a place for these students to learn and for their education. So please pray for these great needs. And I'm hoping and praying to God that even in the last minute, that God will use someone, that God will use church to provide these needs. I don't know who are those people, but I'm just trusting the Lord that God will provide. I hope and pray that you will consider praying for these great needs. Brethren, it's a quiet, good investment. The Lord's hand is moving over there. In fact, I'm asking your pastor to help me in the education system of our Bible college. I would like to elevate our education of the Bible college. Please allow him to be in our country and be a part of the ministry over there. So this is our need, and you know what? I'm asking God to extend my years for another 15 years. Why that's very short? Because the average Filipino is only 65 years. And hoping that God will extend me another 15 years. And I would like to see 100 more churches to be established, not only in our country, as well in our neighboring countries. So please pray for this great ministry Please pray for this great need and be a part of this ministry. And we need hands. To be honest, many years, Pastor, ago, we have no problem with this kind of thing because Jim Park is very busy back then helping me when he is still strong. But right now, Jim Park is sick. Last, I think, 2 months he's been here. You can, you hear his testimony, and then he cannot go around anymore to this country and help me to this thing. The reason why I and my wife were working on it. So we need more hands. We need more churches to help us bear this burden for these young people. So that is the presentation of the ministry. If you have some question, is it okay to entertain some question, Pastor? And please do so, so that maybe this would be the last time I will be here and present this ministry to you. Maybe you have some question about the ministry that I have presented to you.
Let me just make a statement first, because the better one to talk to about this is Barbara. Because, and I say that because
the woman,
because Barbara understands the monthly needs,
correct,
of the camp, because she's heavily involved. A lot of these students, what he was saying to you is that a lot of these students, when they come in, they would like them to give just $10 a month to help towards their food.
Mm-mm.
But if they're not working, if their family doesn't support them, then they can't give that. It costs the camp or the college right around $1,000 a month to feed the people. That's just to feed them.
Mm.
They also, Victor's church, I want you to know this, because this is one of the things that I always look for when I'm looking at ministries with nationals, is I want to make sure that the ministry is being supported by its own country as well.
Yeah.
And Victor's church that he pastors, which is in Bayambong,
Yes, sir.
it underwrites the electric bill.
Mm-mm.
It underwrites the
Rice.
the rice. So, that their church is investing a lot of money in this as well. But there's still a heavy overhead to making sure that all of these young people that are coming in are being supplied for. And they're not paying for anything. I mean, these young people, they suggest $10, but if they can't pay $10, if they want to come in and be educated, then they give them the education for free and they make them, the education is always free.
Yeah.
They make them not chargeable for anything. And then they turn these young people around and they're sending them back out into the community. That's what he was saying about there's 100 churches, you
Yes,
said?
sir. Yes, sir.
100 churches that have been started from
The Bible.
the Bible college
Yes.
itself. And now they're turning around and they're sending their kids back to go to this Bible college. So that's just some information that I thought would be helpful for you guys to know.
Yeah.
And understand.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I'm just hesitant to tell you that. You know what? It's hard, to be honest with you, to put together everything. We have a lot of needs, but